My first day was incredibly interesting. I didn't speak a word of English. And at that time, there was a flight straight from my country into Chicago. And once I got to Chicago, I didn't know what to do then because nobody spoke my language and all I had was a piece of paper. I finally was put into a cab by a person that worked for the airline, and he took me to the address that I had on that little paper. And when I got there, actually the cab driver went and knocked on the door where I was going and told them he had this woman in the cab that didn't speak any English, and my to-be mother-in-law came out into the street and she was hollering and jumping, and it was an interesting thing. I think it's a good thing I didn't understand English at the time. It was quite interesting. Nobody was expecting me, even though her son had been writing to me, please come, and I want you to be here, and people were not expecting me to be there. So it was quite interesting for quite a while. Yeah, I went inside, and then my to-be husband came, and that's a whole other story.
My very first day in New York City, it was sparkling blue skies. It was in the middle of winter. I had never seen snow. I landed, and they had just had a blizzard a couple of days before, and there were piles and drifts everywhere, and I was so excited to see snow. I was nowhere prepared for the cold or with the clothing because the coldest I think we had ever experienced living in Bangladesh and growing up in a subtropical country was maybe mid-40s. So I was not prepared. I mean, I knew it would be cold. I knew I was arriving in the middle of winter. I even knew that there would be something called snow, and I'd seen snow on TV. I'd never really experienced snow. So I thought that having my really heavy yak wool sweater from Nepal was going to be sufficient, and it wasn't. Let's put it this way. But I was very, very excited. I remember that when the plane touched ground at JFK, the feeling that I had was I'd come home. It was this strange feeling of a weight being lifted off my shoulders, and I literally felt I'd come home, that finally I could breathe. It was, I don't know, I cannot describe it. It was finally like I belonged, and that was my feeling about my first day.
Oh boy, you were talking about a long time ago, 27 years ago, 28 years ago. Just the unexpected of things, I didn't know what to expect. I had friends in Memphis, so I had a place to be at. I was being taken care of. It wasn't like unexpected. Yeah, it was just different. It was fall day, so it was different from Venezuela. The smells were different, the light was different, and the people was different.
It was like any other person could do, because we are part of the United States, so we don't need any visa or anything. We just travel as any U.S. citizen. So it was 5 hours. It was the longest 5 hours of my life. Never been outside of my country, so it was difficult. I was leaving my family, my friends, so it was tough for me. But I'm here, so that's what matters. I came to Chicago my first day here. I came to Boys Town. My uncle lives there, so I stayed there with him. It was weird, but at the same time, it was a good experience. Different, but it was a good experience. I remember this day like completely. I was waiting outside. It was probably like 70, 75 degrees outside, so I didn't feel the difference so much. And I just had a bunch of memories from like when I was back in Puerto Rico, my family when they say bye in the airport. And my uncle called me and he told me, I'm not gonna be able to pick you up, so you have to go in the CTA. I didn't know how to use it, so it was like the first time I took the blue line to Belmont, and then to Belmont I took a bus, and the bus left me right at Clark. I walked 2 blocks, I saw the Blumen Group, and then after that, like, it was like 2 or 3 like houses down, and I saw the apartment building, and there it was, my first day here in Chicago.
My mother told me that one of the first days we were here, it was really cold. It was really cold outside, and it was the first time we've ever seen snow. And so we actually had a really bad experience with that. She went outside with sandals in the snow. So yeah, it was a pretty much like culture shock with like different cultures here, and seeing new faces and being in a new environment. So.